Bienvenida, bienvenido, and Joaquin. I hope each and every one of you feels welcome. So I feel a little bit odd back on camera. It's been not a few, maybe a couple of weeks. So the last time I filmed, I just kind of got on film. I had on all the bright yellow and I just ran through topic after topic after topic. I even incorporated a few contest trivia questions. So it's been a minute since your girl been on camera, but I am back. Hey, it's Destiny. If you are here by way of the Smooch Sands Facebook page, hey sis, hey, it's your girl Destiny. I am she. It is me who runs that page. Listen, I'm going to get into it. I'm probably going to do 4 quick topics. I'm still going to focus on them being a little bit shorter, and I'm doing things just a little bit different. If you notice, I don't have the little Shein gifts behind me. Y'all know I like to sing, right? Didn't say I could, but I like to. And so let's get into it, okay? So if you haven't already, please hop over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. You become a part of the family. So welcome, thank you, I appreciate you. So let's get into it. First topic of the day, because I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, right? The first topic is going to be this. Having life insurance policy on your loved ones versus not having it, and you resort to a GoFundMe account. That's a touchy subject for me, y'all. It's not touchy like personal, but it's touchy because of a story I'm going to share. I'm going to do my absolute best to remain. Well, I'm always doing my best to be positive, right? So it's not about me having to try to be positive, but I don't want anything I say to come across as negative or that I'm throwing someone under the bus. And mainly that I don't even know the person's real name, so there's no way I would share somebody's identity. It's going to be bits and pieces of a story. The story is being used for a positive outcome. It'll all make sense. Let me just get started. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to just not give out too many specific details so that it's not clear like who I'm talking about. But again, this is a person I've known for a few years. You know how we do. We hop on Facebook. We may know people for 10 whole years and never have met them. We don't really know them personally, right? So it's that type of situation. I'm going to tell a story about a person. Very high energy, real high vibrations, constantly in a relationship and then out of a relationship, in a relationship and then out of a relationship, happy and all ecstatic about a brand new relationship, and then dogging and tearing the person down the next minute. And I'll be on there like, oh sis, okay, well what we doing? Oh yay, you met somebody. Oh, the person was horrible. They, just a lot of energy. And I'm like, okay, y'all know what I always say. I let people be who they're gonna be. Did I pass a little bit of judgment? I might have, if I'm being honest. I've evolved, I've grown. I'm much more mindful to just let people be. Might have been just a wee bit of judgment in there, like, sis, you're doing too much, you're doing a lot. However, it happened, it happened. So this person was, very, very active on social media, always posting something positive, positive, then a rant. A relationship, then a breakup. The person was just a lot going on all the time. What really touched my heart, it's not about a negative connotation in that at all. Don't even focus on that. I'm trying to paint the picture of the person. They seem to be extremely busy, high energy, on social media, always active, talking about something, going in about something, good, bad, negative, indifferent, whatever. Hey, I don't knock it. I follow the person and engage in everything. I have to let people be who they're going to be. This is where I'm not going to be very specific, but there was a family member of this person's that passed. I will say close. Close could be mom, pops. Close could be child, sibling, close relative. Broke my heart to see this high energy person always active on social media about this topic, that topic, some things that some of us would just consider to be minute, very small, very minimal, not even serious, but just always active, always going, and other things, photos and things about other family members, just busy. Let me just chop it up to very busy and active on social media about a lot of things, okay? Tore my heart to pieces when this person lost a loved one and I saw they posted a GoFundMe. Baby, listen, We're not here to judge, family. That's not what we're here to do. Nothing on this channel is going to be negative, ugly, judgmental. The point of the story is not to tear this individual down. I thought it was a pretty dope person, aside everything else. A pretty dope person, very interesting. Listen, let me tell you something. This is an educational video. It's to edify. It's to enlighten somebody who don't know. I didn't know. God rest her soul. I lost my mother well over 10 years ago. Baby, the things I didn't know about death. Now, mom was covered. Mom was good. Mom got laid to rest properly. Believe that. And that's not a brag or a boast. I'm saying, despite the fact I didn't know what all to do, mom had herself covered, okay? So this message is about those of us who are still blessed and still have our family members. So this is not about to tear the person down and go all in and just, you know, it's not about a negative connotation about the person that had all this high energy. You know, the vibration was high, a lot of energy. I'm not here to knock it. I was social friends with the person, dope person, so I still was, you know, engaging and interacting with them. So nothing I'm saying is to tear them down, and it wasn't a negative thing. It was just to know the energy that you inserted all the time. Very social person on social media, to chop it all up, right? It tore my heart to pieces to then see this person lose a very close family member, mother, father, sister, brother, or a child, you know, a sibling or a child. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not trying to give a lot of details. Tore me to pieces to see this person with all this high energy to post so much on social media not have this one thing intact. And end up resorting to a GoFundMe to lay a very close family member to rest. Baby, listen, I'm not here to knock what you know and what you don't know. This video is to enlighten, to edify somebody who don't know. And I'm going to tell you very specifically why. God rest her soul. I lost my mom well over 10 years ago. I didn't know a lot about preparation. But baby, mom had herself together, right? So family didn't have to scrounge and figure it out and ask and beg and borrow from this person, that person, strangers. Mom had herself taken care of. So believe you me, baby, mom was laid to rest properly. It's not about that. And that's not a brag or a boast at all. That's just saying mom took care of her business so we didn't have to. So this is about those who are still blessed to still have close relatives and maybe haven't taken those proper steps to make sure that they are laid to rest properly when that time comes. And this is a tough subject for a lot of people. I get that. I'm one that talk about everything. I don't care. If I, God forbid, had cancer right here today, I'd be talking to every family member, laying out my, you have to do those things, right? God forbid. But though that's just one of the serious things that we talk about. One of those serious topics we should talk about. We should want to talk about, okay? My whole point is this. To see this person with all this random, miscellaneous, minute, very non-important, you know, what some of us would deem to be non-important things posted all the time on social media, and to know you didn't have affairs in order to properly lay a close family member to rest, it tore me to pieces. I had already laid my mother to rest by this time. So at the time I had to see this on social media, I knew what I didn't know when my mom passed, right? I had been through that hurdle, those hoops, that hurt, that pain, that trying to hold it together while trying to, baby, it's not an easy task. So this, again, video is to enlighten, to educate, to edify somebody who don't know. It's not to tear anybody down. It's not to tell someone's, you know, very intimate, detailed, personal story, because I'm not going to disclose a name, not even a, I don't know if I've already said the sex of the person. It doesn't matter. Listen, I want it to be known. It's something that needs to be discussed, talked about, should be. I'm never here to tell other people what to do, but it's very important. So I just want to just get a little bit into insurance, how it works, Not an insurance broker, insurance agent, none of that. The minute details that I know that I like to share so that hopefully I can enlighten a family member. Pass it on to some other people who don't know. This is deep and it needs to be discussed. I'm going to go ahead on and jump into the deep, dark, and ugly. Children die every day. I'm going to repeat that more delicately. It's unfortunate that we can lose our children. And it's a touchy subject that many people don't want to talk about. Listen. We know about the school shootings. We know about how many children lost their lives. It's on TMZ. It's on the news. It's up the street. It's in your neighborhood. It's in the city or the state next door and over across from you. It happens. To have proper burial insurance, it doesn't take a lot. So this video is to talk about what some people don't know. I'm going to give you some random generic off the top of my dome numbers. They're not accurate. Maybe when I post the video, I'll maybe sit down and look up some information online and maybe post some more accurate numbers. But off the top of my head, you all don't see me in front of a computer looking anything up. I'm going to give you a quick example. Insurance can be as little as age newborn to 20 years old, $5. 20 years old to 30, $15. 30 to 40, $20. 40 to 50 years old, it gets a little bit pricier. The point in what I'm doing off the dome, the top of my dome, is this. Insurance is very inexpensive. How it works, the younger you are, the less expensive it is. The older you get, meaning the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. And I'm going to say this, insurance is not very expensive. I say that very carefully because $10 could be expensive to one person where it's not to another. But my point is this, for the average person, even if you're struggling, let me just go ahead and insert that. Even if you're struggling and you go out and get insurance early on, it's most likely affordable. I don't know anybody else's pocket situation, but it's very likely to be affordable because, again, you could pay $2 to $5 for some insurance on a small child, 5 years or younger. Again, my numbers and my ages aren't accurate. I'm just letting you know the basis of insurance generally is the younger, the less amount of money you pay. The older, the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. Listen, get into it. Research it, check it out for yourself, and just know it's something that is important to talk about and have in place. Implement it somehow. If you have very, very special loved ones still on this side of the dirt, it's something to look into and try to take care of those affairs very early on. All right, y'all. So listen, let me go ahead and tell you what's going on in case y'all like, what is she doing? She's all over the place. Where are Shein gifts behind her? Listen, um, I'm in a different area. The camera wants to act like it wants to keep shutting off. That would mean I don't get a chance to do my content tonight, right? We're not gonna let that happen. If I have to move all around this house, sit down, stand up, and maybe get on one knee, we're gonna get this content done tonight, right? Then we're just gonna get it done. So I'm not sure what my lighting is like. Oh, when I go to edit, I'll see if I look all crazy, if I look extremely dark, if I look too light. I don't really know what I look like, but listen, the importance of this video is to get this information out. So right now we're not focused on looks. I'm not really focused on looks too many times when I get on camera, to be honest with y'all, but sometimes when you go back and start doing the edit to post it, it's like, oh, that looked crazy, or yeah, something was going on. I don't usually have my readers on, but I have them on. So again, we're not focused on all that tonight. Listen, I had to plug this camera up so we can keep going. Let's get back into it. The importance of the video is for those who have on this side of the dirt, meaning they ain't passed away yet. We haven't buried them. We haven't cremated them. They're still on this side of the dirt. You're still on this side of the dirt. They're very important people to you. The devastation comes not only by way of losing a loved one. That's not only the devastation, okay? The devastation comes by way of you getting that horrific phone call. You're having to learn that a loved one is gone, and then you don't know how to lay them to rest. Baby, listen, you don't want to deal with that. Um, I'm never here to tell anybody what to do. I love information. I love sharing knowledge. We don't do gatekeeping over here, not in this family. So I experienced death already from a close relative. My mother, she had her own affairs together. Oh, Lord, thank you, because it was some other mess that went on in the family. You know how some do. Unfortunately, that happened, but we ain't here to talk about that. The importance is to get those affairs in order, to implement the insurance, set it up, have those conversations, find out people's wishes and wants and desires after they're gone. It's important, is why I'm talking about it. It's important. It's important. It's almost a. If I always say I don't tell other grown folks what to do, I almost want to say in this video, I'm telling you what to do. Please go and do it. But I'm not. Seriously, it's up to you. I'm telling you, I've experienced it. It's horrific. It's horrible to have to deal with that emotion and then the business of a death. It's nothing pretty. You can't imagine if you've not already experienced it. And then it's going to be sad to know that if I'm talking to you, you have experienced it and you haven't taken care of it for the rest of your family members. That's even worse. I definitely experienced it with my mom, as I've already shared. Immediately, instantaneously. I had insurance for everybody else that was important. Just go keep that short. Everybody else that needed it, to this day, have it. It's important. Again, it doesn't cost a lot. And I know a lot varies from household to household, job to job, pocket to pocket. I'm fully aware of that. Look into it. If you don't do anything else, look into it. You are the only person that can determine, hey, that's a lot for me or it's not. So I'm not here to tell you whether you can afford it or not. I'm here to share it's pretty decent and affordable if you do it early enough. So I'm going to wrap this video up because, again, I spoke very specific about a person that I know. Well, we don't really communicate much. We don't really communicate much now. Probably lost contact along the way on Facebook. However, it wasn't about, like I said, tearing that person down, but to see someone so active on social media, always talking about this, that, and then someone very close to you pass away, and you had to resort to going to social media. Yeah, I didn't even put in there the kicker of this. To have to go and ask strangers. Let's sit in that for a quick moment. Strangers to bury your loved one. It's a beautiful thing if we do it, if we can, if we felt led to do it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to speak personally again because I'm not here to attack anyone else. I would feel horrible to ask 100 strangers on social media to bury my mother. That's my mother. The love I have for my mother, I should have those affairs in order. That's the message, y'all. I got all the way to the end and was about to click up off of here and not get to the point. The point is, and if you're okay with it, click off this video and tell me to shut my trap. It's okay. But I hope I hit a nerve, a thought, a process, a heart. I hope it hits. I hope it hits someone in a manner where it's, again, insightful. You're like, never thought of it like that. I just wouldn't be okay. I would never do it. I wouldn't do it. I would not ask hundreds and thousands of people on social media to bury my child, my spouse, my mother. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's my point. And if that hits somebody the same way, like, yeah, that's my mother. I'm the one that should be caring for her in her old age, loving on her, seeing her to and from her doctor's appointments, medications, health issues. I am that person that's supposed to give back to her in her later years of life. And at the end of her life, I need to make sure her affairs are in order. Be responsible. That's the takeaway. To be mindful, always is always to be mindful, right? The takeaway is just that. Be mindful of those affairs, those conversations, taking care of your loved ones that are all still on this side. Take care of them. Implement those things that need to be implemented in life because it's hard enough to deal with the death and the arrangements. Please don't be sitting in the middle of the road, the middle of the living room, the middle of the house, and the family's all talking about who's gonna pay, who has $500, who has 100. Well, none of us have it, so let's hop on social media and ask Facebook. Sit in that for a moment. That's all I have to say. That is the takeaway. To try definitely to have those conversations with your family members, implement, find out what your pocket can afford for insurance. At the end of the day, everybody usually rallies around and try to handle funeral expenses. So part of my takeaway is before that happens, let everyone rally around and pay for a $50 insurance policy if that's what has to happen. It just makes so much more sense. It makes so much more sense. Something else I didn't add. Y'all, I keep trying to get away from this video. When I say insurance policies could be 0 to 10 years old for a few dollars, 10 to 20, whatever, 10 to 20 years old, another maybe $10, 20 to 30, 40. Listen, I'm talking you can get $50,000 for those small amounts. I didn't say that. You can get $50,000 insurance policies. You can get up to hundreds of thousands of dollars for insurance policies for very little. Do your research. As far as the insurance goes, drop some comments down in the bottom. Let me know how you feel about that. What do you think? Do you think it's a terrible thing to do GoFundMe accounts if you don't have it? Do you think people should take care of those affairs? And if you have any questions that I could possibly help answer, let's link up. I will definitely help. If there's anything you need to know, again, I'm not like encyclopedia Google Bing type of resource, but I will definitely dig into those things and help you out if you need that help. It's always best practice to check into a lawyer for legal advice, but I can help you on the minor things that's not legal advice, okay? Again, drop some comments down in the bottom and let me know what you think about this whole insurance versus GoFundMe topic. You can spend about $10 or $20 at the right age and get 50, 60, 70, $80,000 worth of insurance. Um, it's worth it. It's needed. That's my takeaway. Do the research, have those conversations. And I'm out of here. I'm going on to the next topic. I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned. Keep watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hop on over and subscribe to Cooking Up Conversations. And if you have subscribed, thank you, family. I appreciate you all. See you next time. I'll see you next time.